Hey guys, I am here to talk about tomorrow's game, the Washington Huskies going to Notre Dame to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And that's kind of cool. I mean, we get to play this storied franchise. I mean, they haven't been successful for a long time, but historically they are one of the most successful college football franchises ever, and we get to go into their house and play them. I already said it was cool that we got to play LSU to open the season, and now we get to play Notre Dame. So, where do I start? For starters, this game is on the road. Now, I could be wrong. Last week could have been an aberration, but realistically, I don't think we're a good road team. I think we really need to play at home if we want to play well. That's just the vibe I'm getting right now. So, looking at this game, it's going to be really hard for me to expect a win because I really don't know if I can expect this team to win any road games this year. I mean, I've seen that we're a good team at home, but last week there were a lot of things in that game that didn't go our way. I mean, we played awful. Stanford's certainly a good team, and you can say all that stuff, but I know it was only one road game, but from what I saw, I just don't know if we can survive without being able to feed off that home crowd. So I think that's something we're going to have to deal with the rest of the year. I hope we can win a couple road games, but realistically, I gotta say we are a much worse team at home on the road. Most teams can say that, but some teams more so than others. And I just think, based off what I saw last week, we are a whole hell of a lot better at home. The other side is, and I feel much more confident saying this, our defense isn't very good. I have no idea what we did against USC that worked so well, but we played a magnificent game against USC to hold them to 13 points. And, we stopped the running game. We shut down Aaron Corp. Well, we didn't stop the running game. We did for a good part of that game, and there were a couple parts where we gave up long runs. But for most of the game, we did well. Aaron Corp, nothing from him. I don't know what happened in that game, but LSU, the defense was okay, nothing special. Idaho, they moved the ball all over us. We're just lucky they kicked field goals a lot. Or, not lucky. I mean, we held them to field goals, but they moved the ball up and down the field. And against Stanford, we just looked like complete scrubs out there. So I don't think our defense is good. I have no idea what happened against USC. I know our defense played amazing on that day, but in general, I don't know about this defense. So you look at Notre Dame; they've got a great offense. They're 3-1. They lost one close game. They've won their last two close games, and they're not ranked. And that tells me they must not be that good because I really think the AP poll would look for any excuse to put Notre Dame in the top 25, and I guess they just couldn't come up with a decent one. But that doesn't mean I think they're bad. I think they have a great offense, regardless of who they're playing and regardless of how you spin it. They got a great offense, and they could put up 50 plus on us. They really could. They could just move the ball up and down the field on us, no problem all day. And I kind of think they will. However, in good news for this Huskies team, I really think this offense is good. And I don't think the Notre Dame defense is any good. So I expect us to move up and down the field on Notre Dame and score a lot of points. And if we don't, I'll be disappointed in these guys because week one, offense played really well, I thought. Week two, offense pretty much flawless. So, I mean, it's a bad team, but we played pretty much flawless. And against USC, we didn't turn the ball over. And USC has an amazing defense, in my opinion. So I was fine with that performance. Last week was just bad. But in terms of the body of work, I think we have a really good offense. And Notre Dame, not so much on defense. I really think we should be able to run the ball up and down the field on them. So I expect a big-time shootout. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to expect to win. But I will say I expect us to make it a game. I expect us to score a lot. I expect us to be in the game late. And we'll see what happens from there. Maybe if we keep the game close at the end, maybe we can come out on top somehow. If we can win the turnover battle, that would go a long way. If we can get a couple defensive stops just in general, it doesn't even have to be turnovers. It could spin our way because this could be one of those deals where the first team that fails to score on one of their drives ends up losing. So that's really all I got. I'm gonna predict something like 44 to 41 or something like that. I think both teams should put up a ton of points. I'm gonna expect at least that from Washington. I don't know if I expect to win, but that's really what I'm looking at here. So let's go Huskies. Let's try and bounce back from that miserable Stanford performance. But this team has to prove to me that they can play on the road. Last week was their first road game, and they threw up a big-time clunker. And some people were saying, well, that was a letdown game after the USC upset, and maybe it was, but in some ways, I think that might be our team. But they're going to show me a lot this weekend by how they play against Notre Dame. So, bow down to Washington. See you guys later.